Welcome to this video edition of the CIAOPS newsletter. To start off with, let's have a look at some of the new things that are due out very shortly. The first of these is the iCloud product from Apple. So again, you can get more information about this at www.apple.com/iCloud. The idea with the iCloud obviously is to provide a location where you can automatically store some information typically seen on your Apple devices. So again, the idea is that you can store things like music, photos, apps, calendars, documents, and a whole lot more up in a space provided by Apple in their iCloud, and then have it automatically synced to all your devices. So if you're working with an iPhone, an iPad, a Mac, and even a PC, you can now seamlessly share that information between all those devices. By default, you will receive 5 gigabytes of cloud-based storage. This is an interesting comparison to something like Microsoft SkyDrive, which gives you 25 gigs for free. But one of the big things seems to be with the Apple product is it will be fairly seamless and obviously aimed at the consumer more than the techie style person. Currently not yet available, but it's slated to release with Apple's iOS 5, which is due out probably around September time frame. So again, for some more information about what the iCloud can provide for Apple devices, visit www.apple.com/iCloud. Now, another product which is due for release probably around June 28 is the Office 365 product. Again, for more information, visit www.office365.com. There are a number of videos, and as you can see, you can still sign up for the beta. If you sign up for the beta, then basically what happens once the product releases is that will convert to a 30-day trial, and if you don't take up the trial offer after that, the instance will expire. So again, you can still get on the beta, but we're not very far away from a release of this product. Again, it's probably definitely worthwhile having a look at. I think it's a very powerful product. I think that it has a lot of benefits, especially around things like SharePoint and Link. Many businesses haven't had access to the enterprise levels of these products, and Office 365 allows them to get access to this quite quickly and quite easily. So again, there are plenty of demos, there are plenty of information floating around on the web about Office 365, and again, there are some interesting plans available for small business and also for the enterprise. In general, I'd recommend that you have a look more at the enterprise level features. So these give you a greater level of flexibility generally than the small business offerings, but the small business offerings are very, very cheap, I will admit. So again, it's something worthwhile having a look at, considering in your stack as we move more and more to cloud-based systems and they do become more reliable. There is significant cost savings to be made, especially around generic commodity-style products like email these days. So again, for more information, visit www.office365.com. You may have also heard that Microsoft is beginning to tout the release of its latest desktop software, being Windows 8. You'll find the link to this video in the newsletter. I'd suggest that you probably want to fast forward or skip forward to about a minute or so, or 55 minutes in, where they actually begin to talk about the interface. So if we play this video here, you begin to see that it looks very much like the Windows style phone. It's a touch style interface. I think that the question remains as to why would you need a touch style interface on a desktop. Probably many of the enterprise customers won't really have much need for this. Certainly seems to be a reaction to the consumer demands for ease of use, and again, looking at it, it seems to justify the fact that devices are moving towards a tablet. So it would seem that Windows 8 is trying to be a operating system that runs on the desktop and also runs on the on a tablet device. Whether this is successful, be very interesting to see, but it would appear that at this stage the information is that the interface that you're seeing here, which is generally known as Metro, will basically be like a shell that can be placed over the operating system. Underneath, it'll have the same look and feel as a Windows 7 style PC. Again, it would seem that this is keyed for tablet devices, not so relevant on desktop PCs, but it will be interesting to see how this is accepted or how this is taken up by the general community. So again, you'll find this video link in the newsletter, but again, you can also do a search on YouTube for building Windows 8 video, and again, skip to about 55 seconds in, or around a minute, to get an idea of this style of interface. And as you can see, very pretty, seems very functional, but again, the question I would have is whether it's really operational on something like a desktop PC, which typically doesn't have a touch screen, and also has the user leaning back from the screen. So time will tell, but it's definitely worth having a look at and getting some idea of what may be coming down the track with the latest version of Windows. So a couple of links that I provided in the newsletter. Let me Google that for you. This is, I suppose, relevant to people who constantly ask for information and don't seem to understand that you can use a search engine. So, for example, all you need to do is to go to lmgtfy.com. So obviously let me Google that for you, and all you need to do then is put in the search term that somebody may be asking you. So again, if we put in here to do a search for Windows 8, what that will do, that will create a little link for us here, and if we open that link in a new window, what you'll see is a animation that helps people understand that all they need to do is actually type that question into Google and hit the search button, and they'll end up with the results. So again, you know, it's a good example, a bit of tongue-in-cheek, I suppose, but it's also an illustration that, in this case, in this day and age, that the search engine is probably the first port of call. So the final link that I've got here is Twitter for Business. So you'll find that at business.twitter.com. What that is put up by Twitter, obviously, but what it gives you if you're in business or if you're wanting to understand how Twitter can benefit business, this will give you some great ideas here. So it talks about things like best practices, ask questions, respond. It shows you how to use it to improve the business. Again, it's worthwhile having a look at and understanding if you're not into the Twitter, if you don't understand the business benefits of a product like this. Again, it's very much worthwhile having a look to help you understand, because as you probably note in this day and age, that everybody seems to be asking you to follow them on Twitter. So if you're not into Twitter and you question the reason why it's used within the business, or how it can be used within your business, I'd recommend that you go and have a look at business.twitter.com. Spend a little bit of time there and have a look through what Twitter obviously recommends is worthwhile for their product in relation to business. So that's all for this month's edition of the video newsletter. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned.